Hey everyone, it's Wes, Obsidian Blade Podcast. So I want to talk to you about the latest episode 29, available where you can find any fine podcasts on the internet, including iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher Radio. So the latest episode 29, is called Boosting the Economy of Our Inner Power and Truth. And check this out. I just read a quote, or a scientific quote. There's many different versions of this, but supposedly we think anywhere from 10 to 50,000 thoughts a day. That's averaging around 6 to 20 thoughts a minute. And what I want to drive across is that every thought that you have is actually a creative act. As someone who comes from source, a droplet of source, the great ocean of consciousness, the essence of mind is, once something is thought, it exists. And so when we're examining our inner economy, we have a certain amount of power per day, per life. How are we spending that power? And if you're thinking about 10 to 20 to 30 thoughts a minute, that's power. That's not only power being spent, that is the activity of creation multiple times a minute. So the question to you, and what we cover in the podcast, is what happens when you get a handle on what you're spending your personal power, your personal energy on, your life force, your prana? What if you were able to see clearly what thoughts you were thinking so much for every minute? And what would happen if you pulled that power back? You ceased to spend your vitality on thinking so much. Would that give you a reserve of power? A new coin of the realm in which you get to choose what to spend that personal power, that personal energy on. And so we have to examine in our lives, what are we thinking about all the time? Both actively and passively. Things that are in the front of our mind and things that have been so ingrained in us, they're actually spending our energy on the back burner. And if we wish to find freedom and liberation, these are places to examine. Catching yourself in the act of thinking and remembering that thinking itself is a powerful act of creation. So what are you creating with your thoughts? And what would happen if you had mastery over how you spent your energy through those thoughts? Because when we track what really matters to us, then we begin to follow the impulse of our true heart. And so rather than propping up the description of this world through the vitality of our thinking, what if we could take that power back and spend it on co-creating a world that was really in tune with our personal passion, our heart's truth, a healthy and robust expression of life itself? Remember, every thought you have is an everlasting act of creation. No wonder we need a nap at the end of the day. We're busy building worlds, and perhaps we've been busy being trained on how to uphold a world that has nothing to do with our truth. So examine again, which world are you propping up? And how may you reclaim the energy you spend every day so that you get to decide how it's spent for a cooler, more wild, truthful, heartfelt tomorrow. So check out episode 29, Boosting the Economy of Our Inner Power and Truth, and let me know what you think. Post a comment below or leave one on the website. Cool. I love you. Talk to you soon.